be interesting. And I guess you can choose different rates of draft. From what I'm hearing, we really in a draft tonight. That was what I heard. It'll be interesting. And I guess you can choose different rates of draft. From what I'm hearing, we really in a draft tonight. That was what I heard. It'll be interesting. And I guess you can choose different rates of draft. From what I'm hearing, we really what people. It stinks knowing that they can sit back there and run faster laps than me and save fuel just sitting there so off my draft. But that's how it's going to roll too. But we'll see how it folds out.
I just got an update from K-Caddy. Yellow flags are on, but he also said if it is a wreckfest, they will start it over.
But we'll see how it
do like a sprint chief.
I just got an update from K-Caddy.
good to go. Yeah. My main thing was I think I had the 14th fastest lap, but still finished like 6th or 7th, just from consistency. But to win it, you need to cut some laps, have that speed, especially with no draft.
All right, race should be going live in less than a minute.
I'm not sure if we've got audio. But
Yeah, there actually been several different names for the All-Star race. From 1985 to 2003, they called it the Winston. 2004 to 2007, they called it the Nextel All-Star Challenge. From 2008 to 2016, it got changed to Sprint All-Star Race. And then from 2016 to 2019, it was the Monster Energy All-Star Race. So it changes names about every few seasons to different sponsors. So. The Giggity All-Star Race. Giggity. I am affirmed that they're saying if there's a lot of cautions, they're going to restart the race. And
alright, we're loading in now.
A no caution race, so we're going to get to see some good green flag racing, I believe. I haven't seen the qualifying order, but it's not going to surprise me to see Noco up there in the front somewhere. And being an early player in this race. I know he likes being at the front.
alright, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Look like Jake is starting on the pole.
hey, Roger, go ahead and pull the race up.
I'm glad he ran that
Want me to do
paint
what?
scheme for me. I told him that car was really fast last night, and if Jake pulls off the win in that 95, I'm gonna be so happy. It was the best handling car of a race last night. That 95 was with that same paint scheme, but Jake's just he knows how to arc his way down in the corner really good.
He does.
He's just
Jake's
a
out
really
to an
good
early
driver.
lead right now. Look like he's slowly pulling away from the 18.
This is what I've seen all year from him. I've been honest. I was really close. I was a 10th off of maybe at Dover, and he could roll through the center a little better than me. But all year, man, this guy has been tough to beat, man. I've had some good equipment, but I couldn't touch the guy because he's that fast. And I think maybe these
Oh,
guys
Mills
that
is
ain't
in the
never
wall
had-
in turns 3 and 4.
That's been trouble early out of the Canuck camp. I know they had said they had some strong cars earlier. Right now we got 2 Toyotas at the front.
Yeah, we look like we're about to get a 3-car breakaway. We got Jack, Trout, and RJ with a 3-car breakaway.
I know Smitty has a darn good car because I raced one of the races with him in practice, and he had a phenomenal car too. He could be back there just chilling, saving tires. From what we're hearing, there is no draft effect because it's an all-star shootout race, so these guys are just having to drive as riding in fifth in that Jimmy Johnson paint scheme. The camo
Right now we
paint
got
scheme.
Pro 75. Right now we got Pro sitting in last place. He might just be sitting there waiting, trying to do a strategy call, or he's just trying to see what everyone else is going to do right now.
I think UK right now, I've seen sparks shooting out of his car. I believe until when he gets his pit adjustments in, I know he's really good at pit adjustment races. His car's going to be a lot faster. I can tell it's an ill handling car right now because it was bottoming out in the corner. So whenever he can loosen it up a little.
Monster Racing, who raced his way in last night, looked like he's running somewhat in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, and he started in the back. K Taddy with early trouble, as I see the 34 is way off pace, coming around turn 4 right now, coming out of turn 4, just now going across the start-finish line. So compared to the leaders, he's in trouble going an early lap down if he's not careful.
Oh, you talking about K Taddy?
Yeah, Taddy's at the very back of the field right at the moment. His 19's in Life of the Plant is in the wall. Looked like he had help. I couldn't tell which car it was.
Oh yeah, something happened to him to get way back there.
Right, that's the same with Taddy. I don't know what happened, but Taddy's all by himself. And like I said, as he's going into 1, I believe Jake is coming out of 4. So
yeah, right now K Taddy just exit turn 2.
When you start in the back, you have to be aggressive. You know, if not, you're gonna. Last night I didn't want to.
Noco Racing is now in 3rd. He ended up passing the 24.
Yeah, I was gonna say Noco is an aggressive racer. He knows you got to get every spot. Which car is Noco in?
Noco is in the 1.
The 1, that's right. He's in the 1 now.
Jake is just slowly pulling away from 2nd place right now.
This is what I was interested in seeing, is how Jake was going to stack up with the RJ Smithies, the Nocos, the Trouts of Cup, you know, and the guys that win week in and week out. And so far, he's showing that he can hold his own. You see, Mills is hitting pit road really early. Yeah, that Global Poker car. Okay, I'm found Noco now. He's actually creeping up on.
Looks like someone else is in pit road behind Mills. I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Yeah, when you're on these preset races, man, sometimes
something happened to the 19. 19 is real slow.
Oh,
Plant is really slow.
Really slow. Wow, that's unfortunate for Plant. He is one of our captains here. He's only able to do it part-time.
10 car of Trey is also with one of the cars that's on pit road.
Oh, okay.
Along with the 2 car. I think the 2 car was Mills. Jackson Strong is now pitting.
I don't think Giggity's been in full operation for even a year yet. And we have just like went phenomenal with the fans and the drivers we have, and this is cool to see the 30-something car all-star race and haven't even had a caution yet.
Noco right now is working on Trout. He's pulled up right to his back bumper. We got a race for 2nd place going on. Noco's looking under Trout. Looked like he moved Trout up the track.
Jackson Strong already on pit road. Oh, yeah, there's a car in the
contact between Trout and Noco. Noco's to 2nd place.
Yeah, I've seen another car make pretty much like the wall grabbed him. It wasn't good. It wasn't his own fault. Someone gave him help.
I wonder if Trout's going to be too pleased with that move, or he's going to come back and move him out of the way.
See, there's a car stopped on the wall right there. Which car is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the
That is the worst racing with style.
Oh, big wreck back there. 2 cars involved.
Wow.
The 3 or style.
Have you heard of racing with style?
I have not. I think caution's out. Everyone has slowed down. Look like caution is out.
I am almost wondering if we did not get somebody in the race. I mean, I don't know. But
I'm going to go back and look at the list, see if he's in. He's driving a 3. 3 is, it just says Mike. I don't know if that's his real name. But we got a caution. I wish we can have a lap counter here, but I don't think we have anyone in the race streaming so we can have a lap counter.
I might be able to help us out with that. I might be able to look and see if RKM has his stream up and see.
We're going back green with Jake running first. Taking him off. Noco Racing pulled right, is dropped in right behind him.
I'm gonna check. Let's see. Let me check. I'm gonna check RKM's view. See if he has his. I'm sure he does.
I'm pretty sure K-Taddy's happy to see that caution. It saved him from going a lap down.
Maybe if RKM, if you could hear me, if you can show what's lap we're on, buddy. If you might be watching the live stream. RKM, unfortunately, right now in 23rd place. He is a real cautious driver. He takes his time. Sometimes he gets beat up for it, you know. So I hate it for him as my captain. He's a really good racer. Let's see, we are on lap 21 of 40, from what I've seen.
Look like Wildcat's in the 48, is he? Yes, he is. Wildcat's
yes,
is up to 3rd. He's up to 4th.
Yeah.
Look like he's trying to get around the 18 for 3rd. There's a big wad of cars around him.
In other places.
Oh, Wildcat just hit the wall. He's dropping
got really
back.
tight. Yeah.
Oh, contact between the 88 and the 14. 14 of Monster Racing is now underneath the 48. Wildcat.
Monster was really good at holding the bottom last night. He was. He was aggressive in diving it in there, but he was so good at holding the bottom that I could not blame him for diving it in there like that because he was able to hold it. Had he been, you know, coming up high up into me, I wouldn't have liked it, but he wasn't. He was holding the bottom really well, so I was like, you can go, bro. He really did a really good job last night.
Oh, something happened to RKM. He is running all by himself.
Yeah, he was in the back on the stream here. I don't know if he's trying to save a couple laps of fuel.
Yeah, but there's no one near him, I don't think. Yeah, there's no one in front of him. And you can't see anyone behind him. He's way by himself. He's
23rd place out of 26 right now. He is 22. Yeah, he's a Jackson Strong's already a lap down, it's showing, so he may have lagged out. So Jackson Strong fans, I hate to say it.
Let's cycle through, find Jackson, see if he's lagged out, see if he's on pit road.
Yeah, see if he's on pit road.
Diesel's sitting on pit road.
I'd hate to see that. He's in a 17 car, Jackson is.
Yep, I'm still scrolling through.
Now, I'm seeing Jackson in the race. It's just, he must have got caught up in an early wreck, and he'll get his way back at the end of the stage. I believe Jackson's good enough to make his way, get his way back on a lead lap.
Yeah, so far the only car it looked like that's not racing is Diesel in the 4 car. He's just still sitting on pit road.
So, was that Diesel chunking?
Yes, Diesel chunking.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackson Strong's still on the track. Thanks for tuning in, Warpig.
Warpig, I wish you could have joined the season earlier, brother, because have no doubt at all. As
Contact
Noko
between
just passed
Jackson Strong and the
and
37.
Noko got the lead from Jake. First time that I've actually seen Jake get past this year, but I'm usually racing with him, not commentating his races. But,
Trout is now underneath Jake, trying to take second away. I wonder if Jake's trying to save some gas or tires so he don't have to pit again.
It could be. It was really close from what I've seen. They were on lap 21 of 40 when the caution come out, so it was really close.
But it don't look like it. Jake's trying to side draft the 18.
I think the fuel was like 19 laps, so it'd be hard to stretch at 21 unless you had a shifter. If you have a clutch, you could save massive amounts of fuel.
Yep. Because who won the second race during that? He saved the mass dime bags. Showed us if you got a clutch, you can save a massive amount of fuel.
Yes, I've seen
But
people
with
save 6
this race,
laps.
with it being 50 laps of stage, I don't see that happening.
See, that's where I messed my strategy up. I pitted halfway, you know, and got 2 tires when others stayed out and only took the 3-second splash. And I should have done that because my tires weren't wearing that bad. But we live and learn. I was trying to be on the safe side. But Jake, I think he's kind of taking it easy right now. It looks like he drafted right back up onto the 18 or got, you know, right back up there and just chilling right behind Trout and Noko. Yep. He said, y'all are the Cup veterans. I'll follow you guys and wait for y'all to wear.
Or he just don't want to burn up his equipment yet. He's just trying to save his equipment.
Right. He's really good at saving equipment.
He don't want to get caught up in a racing incident just while they're faster than him. He just let them go. And just going to follow behind them for now.
Yeah, most definitely a very smart driver. I've never actually made any. I've never had any contact with him. I don't think ever. He's been that good. Right now, he's putting it on Trout. He's sitting on his bumper, kind of, you know. And Noko's not able to really walk away at this point. If I was 95, I would just try to...
Look like RKM is now starting to catch back up to the field. Or catch up to someone.
4th place car just got really tight and hit the wall. Now he's got a big old group on him. I'm trying to see who that is there. That was the 8 car, I believe.
We have a good battle back here going on between Blake T, Wildcat, the 6, the 62, the 14 of Monster Racing. There's a nice little battle going on.
Larson got really tight and hit the wall, and then it just clustered them all up into a bunch. And yeah, Buck's made his way all the way up to 5th, I think. And Buck's got a really good car starting in the back.
K-Taddy and Trey are pitting right now.
As well as RKM, actually. There's 18 laps still remaining in stage 1.
Here comes Pro to pit road along with some other cars.
See, I believe the strategy in tonight's race is going to have to be 4 tires. Like you said earlier, it's not 25%. It's 50% more laps. You have no choice but to take tires because it's that huge in this game. I see Noko. As we see, Jake got 2nd back from Trout.
Yep, look like Jake's now trying to reel in the leader of Noko.
Yeah, I think he might have saved a little tires for a minute. And he's like, okay, y'all go ahead and take the lead. I'm going to chill, and then I'm going to see if I can get back around you guys just to maybe earn some I've seen a lot. Like I was first last night, and then would come out 14th. You know, it was weird how the pit strategy would work out. Like it happened a few times, but at the end, it was a perfect strategy. It looks like Jake, you know, he's always got good.
Oh, contact between a 3 and K Taddy. K Taddy of the 34 is in the wall.
Some of these guys that short pitted are now up here, but these guys that have brand new fresh tires, they're all mixed in.
K Taddy's in the wall again on the front stretch.
Oh boy, Teddy's having a rough night, and he had a good car.
He's having a hard time right now. Hopefully he can get it turned around for this in the second stage.
He's got a lot on his plate. He's got a good team behind him. All the admins are good here, but it's grown so much. It's a lot keeping track of everything that we got going on here. Which we try to run, you know, at least one race a night and cater to everybody. So we try to make this the NASCAR Heat 4 home for everybody. And like I said, even named the race after Zane. You know, everybody knows what happened with him with the esports thing.
Gatekeeper's now catching up to K-Taddy. Looks like Gatekeeper just gave K-Taddy a push.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Some of these guys that short pitted are now, they're in the mix, you know, from the 3 that were walked off from the field. Only one guy has lagged out, which is very fortunate. With such a big field, hate to see that for the 4 car. But Jake Guru, so far, back out in the front from what I see. And
yeah, Jake he got him a commanding lead over second place Trout in the 18.
Huge, yeah. And somehow Noco's way back here in traffic, which I believe we got a
I think
caution.
This is caution or either the end of the stage.
End of the stage. I wouldn't. If it could be the end of the stage, nope. Caution, guys. I was gonna say there was about 10 to go
I'm
still.
trying to scroll through the field, see.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you guys an exact. I wish I had someone else. I'm not RPM. I can only give you guys like 17 through 26. When he gets himself back up here on the lead lap, we'll be good. And kind of watch the back.
Monster Racing now is trying to take third place.
43 high up into the wall. Big 40 car up on its lid. I believe we're going to have another caution. Robbie Vids, which is our guy from the UK. We actually got a guy from the England that races in this. Actually, he got it around, and he's going to be way behind everybody now. But he got to go, and Taddy's around. Oh, right by
Oh, 88 around.
We
Head
got
on it.
88 around, 37 in the grass. And guys in the back are 3 more as the fastest of the all-star race. It's good to
Contact
get
back there
guys.
for Mills.
It seems like we got one
Get it
car
straight
they
out.
kept beating on each
No,
other.
in the wall. UK Wildcats running
Man,
6 right
some
now.
of these guys
Beating on each
Caddy
other.
more on pit road again. I don't understand what's going on. Oh,
He wasn't
man.
there in the top 3. A couple
That's
laps ago.
Maybe a short pit. Let's hope that is a short pit strategy.
I don't know if he got hit on the pit road or something happened.
He might have forgot the pit at the end of the stage and had to come in for gas.
But I doubt that because Trout pitted and he started.
He didn't restart out
front, up there.
Right.
Yeah. So unless multiple drivers stayed out. So if that's the case, we should be seeing more coming to pit road.
I immediately get down on the apron and let the whole field pass if I forget to pit. There's no point of going into turn 1 on 50% tires with the rest of the field having brand new ones on this game. It's just tires are everything on this game. You lose like a second and a half on some tracks of speed on a tire run. So Heat 4 has went in the right direction of making it more realistic of how tires wear.
Jake Strong looks like he's rounding up the rear right now. He's running by himself in the back. Jackson Strong, I mean.
Yeah. I was hoping Jackson Strong would have a really, really strong race tonight, winning the fan vote. I know he's got a lot of fans out there, and he has a really strong season. I think he could be being patient, to be honest.
He could be. He might just sit back and seeing what everyone's racing like for now. He probably don't want to be in the mess back there, from like behind 10th place on back. It's just been a mess on every restart. He's probably just waiting until them gets
I'm watching his car, actually. His car is really tight in 3. I'm going to go on his onboard. I've never had a chance to check because I'm always racing with him. He's always in the top 5. So Charlotte's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people, he's really loose off of turn 2.
We're going to ride on board with Jake right now and watch him reel in Trout. See if he can reel in Trout for a couple of laps.
Wow. Yeah, I would almost bet that Jackson Strong is on a really high slider, and after this car gets a little bit of tire wear, it is a handful. Or at least right now, he's got his hands full right now. Right. He might have made a pit call to try to make up a lap or something and stayed out to make up a lap.
Jake is slowly reeling in 8 Trout for the lead. We're about to have a battle for the lead shortly.
Man, I hate to see that Fat 17. I like Jackson. He's always been good. This Nanobread, I'm gonna check Nanobread out for a minute. I ain't talked about old NRG. He's actually not too far back there. He's actually about 10th place.
Jake is looking underneath Trout right now. They're side by side. Jake's peeking his fender. K-Taddy's up there too, trying to unlap himself.
Trey down the grass, did a donut into pit road with RKM sitting on pit road. Man, some of our OG guys, some of our season 1 veterans are having a really tough night. That's tough to see. It being one of them OG guys.
Look like K-Taddy's on fresher tires, but he's not trying to force the issue against the 2 leaders. Jake's in the wall, and him and K-Taddy make contact.
Jake and Taddy, I don't think so. Is Taddy going to save it?
Taddy spun out.
I didn't think so. When it come back to the right like that, I didn't think. But hey, he still held on to it and ain't wrecked.
Oh, no, he's around again.
Never mind.
Him and Mills got together.
Commentator curse. Wow, guys. Hopefully we get a caution here and help some of these guys out.
Don't look like it because it was just basically a 1 car just spinning out the whole time. No other car went around with them.
The flag man's been very stingy throwing it tonight.
I feel bad for K-Taddy, man. He's been up there running strong, but he's just getting caught up in trouble.
I think, I'll be honest, I think he worried so much about putting on the event that he really didn't take enough time to work on his race car and get it perfected. Because he, you know, it takes a lot being the owner of a team and...
Well, he gave me his setup that I ran in the third qualifying race.
Oh, I ran it last night, and it was perfect.
It was a real good setup, though, but he says he never really liked going out there and leading race. He likes to work his way up through the field and be there at the end. Like Kevin Harvick. He likes trying to be the closer.
I like being, like, around 5th place, and, you know, I don't... Yeah. Noco is... He's back here
Jake
behind
still haven't gotten around Trout yet for the lead, but he's staying right with him.
Right. I don't think he's kind of really pushed the issue. They kind of got like a little... a deal going here, it looks like. Kind of walking away from the field.
Well, they're technically teammates now, because
Racing with
95
style,
is
the
part
three,
owner
he's on pit road.
Of Joe Gibbs Racing.
Okay. Ooh, the 17 almost
cut it
collected
close
some
in front of the leaders.
Ooh, yeah, that was really close. That could have been bad. That happened last night because you know how there's no pit road speeding penalty, and that happened to me twice. Cars diving in front of me to hit pit road with no warning. I was using the backstretch. I would come down and touch the backstretch
24,
line.
Smithy is on pit road.
I believe UK is going to get him a top 5 out of this. That 48 cars look strong. I've been going through it all night. I believe
on pit road. Plant is also on pit road. Anyone else?
Nanobread
Pro
just hit.
75.
Yeah, we got even more.
Nuts is now pitting. Yep, we got pit stops underway. Jackson Strong just exiting pit road.
And you can see the 95 and the 18 are actually battling hard for the lead. The 95 had a bumper underneath them and then thought about it. But now they're going to hit pit road.
They're now hitting pit road.
Yeah, the 6
Let's see if we have different strategies.
Oh wait, the 6 pulled out of pit road and stopped. Oh no, he got in.
Let's see if these two leaders, see if they all take 4 tires, or if someone try to do it 2 tires only. See if they have different strategies.
6, no pit Pendle. That was almost really bad because he missed his pit, sat out there for about 4 seconds, put it in reverse. So that's going to be a terrible pit stop for him. I think Smitty is still out. He hasn't pitted yet. So I don't know if it's him or Wicked Gatekeeper that would be the leader there. Well, it's hard to tell. Let me see if I can get a...
Nope, looks like they both took 4 tires. But it looked like Trout had a better pit stop than Jake. Trout got a commanding lead coming off pit road over Jake now. Trout's got a big lead.
You got to really be patient coming off pit road too. You can't just jump out there. You will ruin someone's day.
Yeah, either Trout did not do all 4 tires, did a 2 tire stop only, because Trout has a commanding lead now.
Let's see. I wonder where they're at on laps, because this is a 50-lap stage.
Let's go on Boulder Wildcats for a little bit, see what he's doing.
Blakey T on pit road at 88. Taddy got her straightened up. I just don't know where he's at. Phil has cars in front of him and behind him. He's not all by himself anymore, so. Nuts battling with Robbie back here. Mannerbread getting a little aggressive with the 14. Makes up 3 spots in one corner.
We got a nice little 3-car battle between Jackson Strong Monster Racing, and it looks like that the 37 or the 47, I can't tell. Ooh, I think Jackson just got in the wall. Yep, Jackson in the wall. The 12 of RK is around. Caution is out. Big wreck in the back. Car is flipping. Was that RK upside down, I think?
And the RKM's in the 12, unfortunately. He has had a tough night. That was major contact. Hopefully we get the caution. Yeah, it looks like we
got the caution. Caution's out.
Wow. Well, that's the all-star big one right there, guys. I know a couple of these guys might actually wanted that. I know there was a few guys a lap down that this was going to help out.
I know K Taddy probably wanted to see that caution after what happened to him at the start of this stage.
Right. Like they want us.
There's a lot of drivers that needed that caution.
Right. Like if I was on 80% tires right now, I think I would take the wave around if I'm a lap down just to get back on the lead lap and hope something happens. You know, you got to make something happen now.
It looked like Noko didn't pit. He stayed out. He's now your race leader.
That's a bold move. He either did that or took
and
two
the 20.
tires. Yeah,
who
the
drives the 20?
95s.
Blunts is in second now.
Yep. That's what worked in the 25% races, so they heat Blunts, and then might say, hey, let's try it in this race. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, but everyone else looked like they stopped and took tires, and now they're going to be reeling them in quicker.
Right.
They're going to be in the way and slowing up traffic.
Ones, right, they're going to be in
Jake
trouble.
and Trout.
He's going to get they're going to get around them so quick.
Ooh, RK is in the wall again back there in the back.
You see that 40's right there. Our Robbie Vids is in 5th place. He's done worked his way up here. He's got a really, really good car. That's our UK driver. He is from
Blunts is
England.
looking underneath Noko for the lead, but he got Jake right on his back bumper, taking a peek to the outside.
I know Robbie uses the VR on his face instead of watching on TV, so I'm always interested to watch him drive.
Oh, Blunts tried to hold off Jake, but no prevail. Jake and Trout are now underneath Blunts. Blunts is about to drop back to 4th.
You see, when you notice Jake make moves, he don't make these big, crazy, wild moves. He does it really like slow, subtle, and like professional. He don't like arch his car way out and just. I mean, he does it. I guess he knows how to carry his momentum, and that's why he carries his speed so fast. I mean, he's
62.
hanging with Noko.
Yep, 62 just reeled in Blunts. Now working on the back bumper of Blunts.
If you can hang with Noko, you give yourself a pat on the back. That's all I'm going to say. Especially in customs and default, it might be a little easier. But Buck's right up there, I believe, too, in the 62. He's another one that's really fast.
There's a nice battle back here with Wicked Gatekeeper in the 40, and there's a nice big pack behind him.
Smitty's worked his way up to 6. Starting to get some of these guys that's been hanging back a little, I think, in stage 1. And stage 2 are starting to pick up the heat a little bit.
Look like Trout took the lead away from Noko. What happened? He must have got around Jake, too.
Yeah, so far their tire fall off hasn't been bad if that's what happened. You know, sometimes your pit crew will just automatically get you out ahead, even if you take 4 tires. It happened to me
Yeah, it
last
looks like
night.
Blunts now is fading quick. He had to stay out.
Right.
He did not pit at all.
Right.
Now Gatekeeper's looking to the outside of Blunts.
Yeah, he'll be a half a second to a second a lap off if he only took 2 tires or 4 tires. I mean, no tires. It's a bad difference.
He might have just experimented early and see what his car would do if he stayed out.
Right, that's a good time to do it, you know. Figure it out early so you know if it's going to work or not.
He raced his way in here, so he's just trying to experiment stuff, see what he can find that might work for him and not for anyone else.
He's a good driver. He's new to the Giggity Racing League, but he's a good driver. I've raced with him before on dirt, I believe, actually, and he was an awesome driver, so shout out to him and Don Bags. He's another guy that I've raced with before that was really good. So both them guys deserved their way into the All-Star race. As you see, Buck's actually peeking up
3 wide for
underneath
second
Noco.
place.
Yeah.
They decided
Jake
not to do
decided
that.
to go high. Yeah, he's gonna let Buck go. Which Buck looks to me like he's got the fastest car on the track right now. To be honest, he's.
I don't know. They still got to reel in Trout. Trout has checked out.
Yeah, I didn't see Trout checked out on Noco like that. Yeah, Trout's got the fastest car on the track right now. Yeah, he is.
Gatekeeper looks like he's trying to reel in second, third, and fourth right now.
If they really did turn the draft effect up,
Gatekeeper just hit pit road.
Yeah, that could be a smart thing. Short pit and get them fresh tires.
Let's see. Are they going to get tires, or would they do something else? It looked like RKM is also pitting back behind them in the 12.
I'm fixing to go on RKM's onboard to see if what lap we're on, and to see if he's made it back to the lead lap yet. And all right, there's 14 laps left in the stage.
Yeah, RKM looks like he just did gas and go. That was a real quick pit stop.
Yes, he did a 3-second gas and go. Because, like I said, there's 15 laps.
Gatekeeper might have did 2 tires.
Yeah, I think Gatekeeper and Jake did 2 tires.
No, I was spectating Jake. He was in there for a while. He had to do 4.
Okay.
He was in there way too long for 2 tires.
With 15 laps left, I would like 4 tires myself.
Well, I also tested it out with 15 to go when I made my pit stop. No gas only is a way to go if your tires are in good shape.
Right, because even because you're running a second a lap faster, you don't have enough laps to make up that difference.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Like I'm trying to find RKM right now and just see the difference.
Every time I watched the replay of the race last night, I kicked myself in the butt for taking 2 tires.
Like if you spectate RKM right now, he's got a really big lead on the other 2 that pitted.
Right. With them fresh tires. Now you see
he just did gas only. Like you don't even see the other ones that pitted way before him. That was way ahead of him.
That's true. Yes, he's like an extra 10 seconds ahead. Yeah.
Now I'm trying to find them since he's coming out of turn 2 right now.
That's a good strategy. I mean, where he's at, he has no choice.
Yeah, Gatekeeper now is just coming out of turn 2.
Yeah.
Like you can't even see them. I'm gonna find Jackson and go on board with Jackson and.
Jackson's a little ahead of Wicked Gatekeeper. He's coming out of 4 right now.
You can see that 12 just way up there. Jackson got 4 fresh tires, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to reel that 12 in time.
And as long as RKM don't make a mistake, it'll pay off
that is
to
true.
get to the end of the stage.
Like
he just can't make a mistake.
If I were him, anyone that comes up on him that's quicker, just let him go, so you ain't racing him.
Most definitely. Don't put yourself in a bad position, and you know you're not as fast. Don't hold them up. Just let them go. I can see his car is getting a little loose off. That was what was going on with me. That's why I was scared to do the no tire deal for 15 laps anyways. I was scared I would cause the accident. So I'm on a wheel a little different. He's getting to 3 and 4 really good. Or that was 1 and 2, sorry.
Jackson Strong is on pit road.
Jackson seems like he's had a tough night, or he's off on pit cycle.
Then pit road.
There's a few guys that just had not had their normal nights. Anyways, Monster's right there.
Trout has Trout pitted yet? Because if he has, there is no one behind him.
No, Trout is.
You got an update on who the leader might be at the moment?
Let's see. RKM's worked his way up to 12th, but all I can see is the top 10. Or Smitty.
Look on his mini map and what number is in the lead.
Oh, there we go. Let's see. It is the yellow. I believe it's the 6 car. Let me get a full screen here on his. It's the 18 is leading, so Trout's leading.
Yeah, Trout's got a commanding lead, and there is no one behind him.
Huge lead.
You can't see anyone.
RKM's worked his way up to 11th with that pit stop strategy.
Trout right now, he can just run his own race. The car in front of him is way up there in front of him, and there's like no one behind him. He could just take his time, run his own race, and save his tires.
Yes. That was a good call, but if it goes green the rest of the way, it's going to work out for RKM. Put himself in 11th place, you know, when he was way back. That's going to be a really good call if it works out. Smitty's in 9th, Nuts is in 10th, RKM 11th. Actually, Jake Guru just flew past RKM on the fresh tires. So it's still working out for RKM, but Jake is in 11th right now, but he's on fresh tires coming really fast. Bucks in 13th, and Blunts is in 14th.
Looked like Kay Larson was coming to pit road.
I think what Trout is doing is staying out. I don't think he's pitted yet. I think he's staying out to as long as he can and taking a splash at the end.
Not a bad call if he's got that big of a commanding lead, though. 3-second stop is not that bad.
Right, that's true.
Versus two-tire stop, which is B8
now, to where he might be able to make it. No, here he comes right now. So we're gonna see. I'll be able to tell on the mini map if he's gonna still be the leader.
I'm trying to find him and see what he does.
RKM's getting passed by NOCO now, so the tire strategy.
See what he does. See how long he's gonna be on pit road.
I believe was the way to go for Jake and those guys, but RKM situation, that was the way to go for him. He's still running 31.2s.
Yo, Trout did gas and go.
Uh-oh. His tire light, just come on.
Sure, that might not be, that probably was a pretty good call, his part. Only sitting in pit road for 3 seconds. He should still have a pretty good lead.
Yes, Trout, he's going to have a commanding lead, I believe.
Like, there is no one behind him or in front of him. You can't see a car at all around him.
Wow, I don't know how many laps we're coming down to because RKM's looking at his tires.
It would tell us when we cross the line how many go in the stage. When he crosses the line.
Okay. Oh, 1 to go. His tire light is on, so I'm hoping he can make it.
How many laps to go?
There is 1 to go in the stage.
Is he a lap down, though?
I do not believe so, because he's in 12th place. Yep.
Well, if it's 1 to go, Trout right now is coming to take the green white checker to win stage 2.
Trout, yes.
Someone's out of gas on the front stretch.
Oh, who is this? That's the Trey. Trey, is he going to cross the line?
Yep, there we go. Trout wins stage 2.
Trey was the leader. He stayed out and tried to save enough, but he ended up not making it.
Yo,
it was showing the 10 in the lead, but the 18 ended up winning that stage. Hey, what's up, Clay? I got 10th, 11th, and 12th. Nuts, K. Larson, RKM. Let's see, Trey and 7th. Let's see, Trout, RJ Smitty, No Pit Pendle, Monster, Buck, Jake Guru, Trey, UK, NOCO, Nuts, K. Larson, RKM, and 12th. So that's
I'm waiting on an update for the top 10. If we get one.
Yes, the Trout won that stage there. The 10, if Trey wouldn't have ran out of gas, Trey would have won that stage. He was in the lead of trying to stay out. He just ran out a little bit short.
Don't look like we got an update from that second stage on the top 10.
It's been a heck of a race, man. I think a guy I would keep my eyes on here is the 24. I think he is really fixing to come into play in the 4th stage. I just got a feeling. Teddy back there in the middle of the
Jackson is back in traffic right now. I mean, Jake is back in traffic.
So is Jackson. Jackson's on pit road, which I'm thinking he's lagged out. That is unfortunate, man.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Jackson. I would love to see him see what he can do at the end. I know he has a fast car.
Yeah. Ooh, RKM just got tight up into the wall, and he didn't make contact with anybody, but stalled his run out
Jake
majorly.
threaded the needle right then. He squeezed up in front.
Oh, we got a car pushing. Oh, Noco and another car beating on each other. The 32 was like pushing Noco under the yellow line, and Noco pushed back. Let's see who's in the 32 here. Nuts and Noco was just banging on each other, but no accident out of it. It's like Teddy's got his car together now. He's riding in that middle lane. Oh, actually, as I say that, the 32 and him make contact.
Oh, 32 around. Big wreck going on.
19 around, the 20 in the fence.
Look like the 88 and the 43. K Taddy and the 34 again. K Taddy's just having a tough night tonight.
That one was more, it looked like Nuts' fault on my screen than it was Taddy's. Taddy was actually holding his line in the middle, and it just wasn't, they were running 3 wide. But that's what these guys in the front want to see. Y'all battle back there so we can.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Trout didn't want to see it. Trout was starting to check out.
Yeah, no, Trout has got an excellent car tonight. I mean, a dominating car.
First stage, we thought it was just going to be Jake dominating, but Trout managed to catch up and take over.
UK, I still think, is in this thing. I mean, Jake's still in this thing. 14 we ain't talked about all night, and he's made his way up there.
Let's see. Let's go on board with no pit for this start, the restart.
Monster Racing, our last night's winners, made his way up to 3rd in the 14. That's Monster. Buck's actually up there on the front row. Let's see what he does.
Ooh, Jackson underneath Monster Racing.
It's a whole different ball game when you're out front and you got that fresh air and you can dive in as hard as you want in the turn 3 and not have to check up for anybody if you can hold the bottom.
What happened to Trout? The Trout pit?
I don't know. I'm thinking that's the only thing that could have happened. I think he said, hey, because he's back in about 7th right now.
I don't think he'd want to be back there. He should just take his time and let these people sort it out. That gives Jake a chance to take the lead and pull away from Trout, though, and make Trout try to reel him in when he gets back up to 2nd.
Robbie's coming. He's following Robbie to the front. They're looking really fast right now. They're passing the 9 and Spanker, and they're making their way back to the front right now with Smitty right behind them. I believe they know they have really fast cars, so they're being really patient right now.
Yeah, let's go on board with Trout a little bit and watch him work his way up.
Yeah, he's got Smitty right there on his. Ooh, as you see, the 95 gets wicked loose off the
95.
turn 3. Ooh, he works his way back in. That could have been. Buck right now is holding him off though, and he's giving him everything he can handle. As you see, the 95 looks on the outside of Buck right now. Buck gets the preferred line on the bottom. Jake's still giving him everything. He gets a really good run.
There's
on the
RKM
side.
again. He's all by himself. Sitting in the back all by himself.
Jake's able to run the top or the bottom here. He's fixing to take the lead from the high side the hard way.
That's what we saw out yesterday out of Jackson Strong. He was able to put his car anywhere.
If you get that in the roll on the high side like that, yeah, you're in there. He's got his car's handling like a dream right now.
Looks like Trout really wants to buy Monster. Trout is all over the back bumper of Monster.
Yeah, last night when I had a car in front of me,
3 wide coming out of 4.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know how they made it work. Oh, caution.
Robbie into the fence.
That's probably going to be a caution. 62 around.
Yeah, Buck in the fence.
Yep.
Collects another couple cars.
Is it a caution?
Yeah.
Yep, they're slowing down. So. That's a caution.
Buck had a really good car.
Did not want to see that because now Trout is in 3rd place. Trout's going to be right on the back bumper of Jake.
Going to work his way right back to the front. He's got a really excellent car tonight.
Both of them do. It's going to come down to probably pitch strategy between those two. Are we in the second stage still, or we're in the third?
I believe we're in the third now. And Noko, you can't never count him out. He could be back there just waiting to see what's going on. He hasn't really been out of the top 10 yet tonight. It's tough once you get back there in 10th place. Even if you're fast, it's hard to get around some of these guys sometimes.
Look like some people stayed out. Look like Noko and the 32 is...
Get that track position. 32.
I forgot who the 32 is.
I will tell you in 1 second.
32 is nuts.
Nuts.
Oh, the 6.
We got a little beating and banging up here.
Jake. Oh,
20
car around.
All the way facing backwards. I don't know. I think we're going to get a caution as he collected a couple
caution's
cars
out
with him.
again.
With these cautions, they're going to start clicking off laps pretty quick.
Blunts was the car that went around, right? The 20? Yep.
See, that was lap 15 of 47. So even if they pit here, they're still going to have to make another pit stop.
Yeah, I don't see anyone pitting here unless they really want tires. If they really need them.
No matter what, they're going to have to still come in. The guys that just pitted a lap ago, I wouldn't, not for one, track position's key in my book.
Yeah.
I mean, you want tires as well, but track position's good to have sometimes.
Well, some guys might come in and get tires now, then when the next pit stop comes around, if it's low enough, they can just go gas only.
Right. Yep, and just take that 3-second splash. As we've seen that work all week as a 32, looks like he stayed out. Jake's back on the front row.
Nuts is now going to be starting right beside Jake. See if he can hold Jake off.
Let's see what he's got for Jake here.
He has
Jake
nothing. Jake just
restart.
powered around him on the outside off that restart.
Yes. Nuts actually stacked the field up a little there. He made it on the high
side.
Trout
is back in deep traffic now. Trout needs to be careful and take his time.
32 has to be really careful being on old tires right now, staying out like that, not slowing.
3 wide coming off of turn 4. 3 wide.
Yeah, they're all getting bunched up. It looks like trying to get around that 32. We got car in the grass already.
Taddy,
the 62, the 12, the 20 takes it again. The 47 again.
There's the 1 of Noko. Oh, I think Noko just disconnected because he's in pit road. Noko might be done for the night.
Yeah, they might. He's had a rough night.
He was running good too early in the race. No, we're still green. There's no caution.
Yeah,
Noko just disconnected.
Yeah, he probably said I've had enough. I've got wrecked for final time.
Tough break for Noko, man. He had a good run going here and there. It just happened.
Ooh, as we see the 19, Life of Planet made a little bit of contact with Robbie back here, but Robbie saves it with UK right behind him. Tough break for Hey Bob in the 47. Let's see, Taddy, he's still bumping and banging with the 19 right now. Ooh. 88's underneath him. I'm just surprised. Teddy's just a little bit off tonight for some reason.
Him and RKM were just a little off. They both been having problems. Champion. RKM needs to have a big comeback if he wants to go back-to-back. He did win the last one, I think, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I'll be honest, this league in less than a year has went from 10 guys that race together every night to 200 and something subscribers on YouTube. It's over 100 drivers on the roster. It's grown up tremendously. We've found a lot of great drivers and able to put on some good racing for people, our viewers at home. Jake right now, it's class of the field. I believe Trout has something for him. He just has
yeah, Jake is checking out right now. Second place is the 24, Smithy. Followed by Trout is running 4th. Trying to figure out who's in the 9 car.
Spank is
running 3rd.
Yeah, Jake, he is really checked out. It's going to make it even tougher for them guys back there to catch him with the draft effect being down low. But they're trying to staying aligned, doing best as they can.
40 is in the wall in 3 and 4.
Ooh, robbing.
Oh, 40 just bounced off K-Taddy. K-Taddy around again into pit road, along with other people.
1937. I believe this is going to call the caution.
Yep, this is a caution. Man, K-Taddy is just not having the night he wants.
For another minute. He could have got that caution, maybe got his lap back. But it could have been, you know, sometimes a server will boot you also, so he might have lagged out as well.
Looks like K-Taddy and Racing with Styles is on pit road.
The later we've gotten in the stages and the, you know, the higher, you know, closer we got to the end of the race, the intensity has really ramped up a lot.
It has.
They took it kind of easy in stage 1 and 2 compared to, they're really getting at it now. As you see RKM up there on the front row, I believe maybe he forgot to pit, maybe?
Ooh, K-Taddy is on the front row.
Maybe these guys said, heck with it, we're going to see, you know, there's only like 8 to go to the end of the stage. That's what they're planning.
K-Taddy, Monster Racing, RKM, but can they hold off Jake?
I do not know how this is going to play out. There's such few laps to go to the end of stage 3.
We'll go on board with Jake and see how he gets around these 2 leaders.
He's going to have to do it on the high side because they're going to hug the bottom.
No, they're not. RKM is slid high and left the bottom open for Jake. Jake's going to take second place.
Oh, we got a car spun around in the back, but let's see if they can get to the finish here.
Ooh, Jake and RKM made contact.
Jake. Oh, the 12
Jake is going to grill into 34. K-Taddy right here.
Oh, the 14 makes a little contact.
Oh, 12.
And 12
big contact. Big wreck in the back.
Major wreck, guys.
12 is in the air, barrel rolling down the back straightaway.
Upside down. Yeah. Not a good, I mean, I get what they were trying to do. Couple laps left in to the
Everyone's going for every position they can, but now off this restart, can K-Taddy hold off the hard-charging Jake for these last little bit of laps in stage 3?
I get it. It's just, I hate being in that situation because I don't like to be someone that holds the guys up. So I get what they were trying to do. It's just, it's tough for me to do it. But tonight is the night. If you're going to do something like that, tonight's the night to do it. It's an all-star race. Let it all
If you don't win the race, you better come back with the steering wheel.
Right. You know, RKM wants this bad. He's the defending champion. He has a good car. I've seen him. He was up to 4th, 3rd. Had some early bad luck. Jake and Teddy.
Yep, on the front row. And Trout is right there sitting behind 3rd. Trout's looking to pounce on
Teddy's got to have a restart of his life right now on them old tires compared to Jake on the new tires.
Well, no, that one caution, Teddy spun down pit road. He might have took tires during that one caution when he got pushed down pit road.
So far, he's holding her up front.
Ooh, Trout on the bottom. Trout looks like he's on the bottom
Jake's
of 3 wide back there.
Jake's been so good on that high side tonight.
Can Taddy hold Jake off?
Yeah, I know.
I hear beating and banging the back.
Oh, crossover done on him. Jake pulls the crossover.
Ooh, Mills is in the wall. Looks like they're 4 wide for a second back there.
I believe
Monster
if a
Racing bouncing off the wall.
It'll be the end of the stage, I believe.
Jake is to the lead. K-Taddy and Nuts are bouncing off the wall.
Yes.
Who is that in second place? We ain't talking much about.
Teddy might get a top 5 out of the stage. He's in 5th.
We got Bob is running second in the 47 to see if he can reel down Jake to win the stage.
That's what I was gonna say. If you can't, you know, keep up with them on speed, you got to try with what you can. So people are trying different things. We're getting
the 20
down to
around and
on
coming out of turn 2. Look like we're staying green though. It's just a single car spin. Yeah. He might have hit the apron.
See that?
It looked like Racing with Styles is out of the race too because he's still on pit road.
Yeah, I see that.
Along with Diesel is out of the race. Jackson Strong is out. And who is the other guy that's out? I know there's one more. And Noko. Those are your guys that are out of the race.
RKM got settled back in with the old tires, and he's hanging with them. So his gamble's kind of, I mean, it didn't pay off the way he wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think Bob is catching Jake. Jake is slowly checking out, and there's not many laps left in stage 3.
Jake is real smooth, man. He don't make many mistakes, if you notice. You don't see his car ever bobbing around. He's just, I don't know if he's on a wheel or a controller, but he's just a really smooth driver. He don't make that many mistakes.
I have noticed this, though. Jake, he's good up front and good in traffic, but Trout, it seems like when Trout gets in traffic, he just stalls out. Trout's car seems like it's better in clean air versus dirty air.
I agree. I'm on a wheel, and my car handles differently in dirty air as compared to clean air. It's just, it's weird. You can actually feel it in the wheel. It seems like your car, when you're out front, just handles like a dream. And back in the dirty air, it's a little tight, I guess you'd say, unless you got your wedge pretty loose. But
trying to see if there's any battles going on this stage, but everyone looks like they're just stringed out, just riding out this stage.
yeah, with the drafting effect being taken all the way down, I mean, it's really tough to get a big run on, you know, and line up and catch Jake. It's all about
Smitty and RKM is going at it right now for position.
Trout in the second line are trying to catch Jake. Hey Bob, I think, in the 47.
Yeah, it's Ha Bob in the 47.
Yeah, they've actually stayed in the line, them 4 drivers there, and they've actually caught up to Jake a little bit. UK right there in 5th place, and I'm telling you, I believe UK's got a top 3 car. I honestly do. I think he's just been being patient all night. He's ran an excellent race in that Jimmy Johnson car. Sitting there in 5th place right now. And him, the 18, the 95, they have all stuck out as being in the front all night. And I tell you what, Buck and Nanobread right back there in 5th and 6th. I know Nanobread in 37.
Yeah, it looked like
Trout
trouble. Is having a hard time getting by the 47 of Bob.
It's tough to pass without help. I noticed, anyways.
Well, you really ain't gonna get help either with the draft being turned off. You gotta just find the right lane and find the right thing to find more power coming out of the turns, or just beat them going into the turns.
Exactly. You got to keep the momentum on this game is everything. If you barely scrub that wall and lose a little bit of momentum, you're gonna lose 5 spots.
And also, the wall is like a vacuum cleaner. You hit it once and it sucks you in. It's hard to get off of it.
Grabs you like a magnet, right? Yeah. And then if you jerk too hard, you'll come right back down onto the field and wreck the whole field, which you don't want to do.
Yep.
So it's compromise all the way around. But I do like the realism. In Heat 3, you could put one setup in it if you knew the right setup and run it for
24 is in the grass of RJ Smitty.
Yes, he is. And I thought Smitty had a for sure top 5
Trout
car.
now finally got around the 47. 47 looked like he's going to drop back to 5th. Can Trout catch the 95 of
Trout
Jake?
has the best long run car from what it looks like to me. Like, Jake has a really good short run car, but when it comes to long run, to me it looks like Trout has the long run car to beat. His car starts coming in.
Wildcat's working on the 62. 62, I'm trying to remember who that is.
That's Buck.
Buck. Oh, I think Buck's in the wall, wrecking the back.
Yep.
Wrecking the back.
8. He was our 4th place car.
8, okay, Larson is around.
Yes.
RKM is around. That's caution. That's probably going to end this stage.
Caution at the end of the stage, yep.
That caution probably just end this stage.
Yep. 10th was Buck. 11th, K. Larson. 12th, RKM. Let's see if I can get us a full rundown here. He's making his pit adjustments, and then maybe we can get a full rundown here. From there on back, but he's not scrolling up to where I can see top 10 because he's Spanker 9th, Buck in 10th, 11th K. Larson, 12th RKM, 13th Monster, K. Taddy 14th, 15th, I cannot read that name, but our top 10 guys have been the same guys pretty much all night, so we kind of know who they are. Smitty, Hey Bob, the car to beat right now on the track is the 95. He's really been the man to beat all year.
Yeah, so it's going to be Jake and Trout, both not the cars to beat. If we get a long run, you better watch out for Trout.
I raced a couple races in Cup Series and decided to come back down to Xfinity, and to be honest, it was just as tough running with Jake as it was with the Cup guys.
Oh, monsters in the wall off of turn 4.
That surprises me. I watched the replay twice to last night's race, and he had a good car all night. He actually got into a wreck and still got back to the front with a no caution race.
Look like UK is trying out the Kyle Larson line.
The 62, I believe. Maybe it wasn't a 62, but a black and yellow car just hit the wall extremely hard. This is the 4th stage. Everyone's going to let it all hang out as RKM's up to 9th, making big moves.
And the 32 of Nuts just got together.
I'm going to see if RKM gets ran clean here. He's actually made it up to the... Spanker and the 48's making contact. 37 gets underneath both of them.
The 20
we got the 20 around. Yeah. Man, I tell you what.
Still 3 wide back there behind UK.
This is going to be a heck of a race between Trout and
Buck
Jake.
in the wall off of turn 4.
That 3 wide, the 6, the 9, and the 12 RKM kind of dancing around. But they save it. Nice save there by the boss of Canuck. He's currently running 9th.
Big contact between the 12 and the 9, and the 9 down into the 6.
Taddy's actually worked his way back up into the top 10.
Contact again between the 6 and the 9 and the 2 that time.
Yeah, they're pounding it back there.
K Taddy's in the middle of that. I'm pretty sure K Taddy's like, let me go. I don't want to be a part of this.
Taddy's actually worked his way up to, I believe, 11th place because RKM's running 8th. RKM's one of them guys that'll sit back and wait till the end of the race. But in my personal opinion, I believe this is going to be a 95 versus 18 versus 24 show. One of them 3 guys will win this race unless something crazy happens.
That's the 18. Jake just bounced off the wall getting into turn 1. Trout is closing on him.
Not what he wants, because Trout has got a really good car. You can't make that kind of mistake in this race.
I know the 24, RJ Smith, is sitting back there like, come on, y'all two start racing each other so I can get up there and race with y'all.
This is our second All-Star race that we've done here at Giggity Racing League, and everyone I think would be honored to say that they won the Bearded 1-300, and I know they really all, they want this. So right now Trout is giving the 95 everything he can handle. That could be the hardest Jake has been raced all year.
Yeah, Trout is just probably sitting there and just loading up his rear view mirror, just hoping he makes a mistake. I don't think Trout's really trying to push the issue. He's just trying to make him nervous and make him slip up so he don't have to push his equipment too hard.
And if not, they stick together and walk off from the field because they have the 2 fastest cars, and they seem like they can hook up really well.
Seems like that's what they're doing right now. It seems like Trout's just pushing the 95.
Yeah, you noticed how they walked about a second away farther from Smitty? It seems if they do that...
But it doesn't seem like Jake can hold the bottom. It seems like he keeps sliding up.
No, his car looks like it's getting tight, right, compared to Trout. Trout looks like he can hold the bottom right now. I think he's got that long run car. He's got his car dialed in right now.
There we go. I think Trout's going to look underneath of Jake.
Now, Jake's running
he put his fender there. There we go. Jake's off the wall again.
Bounce down into the 18, actually. Let's see if the 18 can get a good entrance. Yep,
18
the 95 led him.
Just checked out. Now let's see if the 24, RJ Smitty, can catch up to the 95 and put some pressure on him to take second place.
I know Smitty has a great car. I ran one of the practice races with him with like 20 guys, and he literally smoked everybody. A lot of the guys was in this field tonight, so I know he has a great car.
Yeah, it looks like Trout's now starting to slowly pull away from Jake.
I think it's going to be tough for anybody to beat the 18 without pulling something off on the pits or getting a really good pit stop, hoping he gets a bad one.
Well, all it takes is just a late race caution, and everyone has one final shot to just dive bomb and going into the final turn 1, and maybe make a mistake.
Yep. I believe in '96 it was that I seen Ernie Irvin do that. He had a 10th place car all night and got the final, and he stuck it in on Bobby Labonte, and he wanted that million that bad that he took it. And you know, I guess if you had $1 million to win a race, you would probably think about diving that bad boy in there too. I know I would. I'm proud of RKM right now though. He worked his way up to 8th, and the admin's vote to get into the night race of Wicked Gatekeeper, he's up in 7th. So they voted in a guy that deserved to be in the race, did a great job in the top 10. I love it. Admin's great choice getting Wicked Gatekeeper in tonight's race. He really has done a great job all night. Still feel bad for Jackson. I know he had a lot of fans that voted him in. Wish he would have had a better night. Yeah.
I did too, man. I just knew he had the fan vote locked in.
It's always nice to see the guy. That's why I lobbied. You know, I had a few people vote for me, but I could not go out there and lobby against Jackson Strong because of how good of a season he had. So how could I say, hey, vote for me over him? Because actually he's ran better than I have this season, so he definitely has deserved it.
Glad we got a good race going on between the.
I see the 62
in the wall, into the wall, back into the wall. Can he get it going without getting hit? No,
I don't think
going good.
Right
the 10 is in the grass off of turn 4 through the grass.
Oh man, the 10 Trey having a really rough trip of it. Him and RKM. RKM's on pit road. I don't know if it's a planned stop.
I saw RKM. I think RKM was a planned stop because he didn't have trouble getting on pit road.
There is 40 laps to go, 39, and the pit cycle is 20 laps. So all he has is one more stop. So he divided his pit sequence up in 2 different more stops. We'll see how everyone else plays it, but he was 8th when he would come on pit road, so we'll see how it works out for him. I say, if you know your car is going to get real loose when the tires get old and you can't do that 3-second splash because you're going to cause the accident.
Jake is slowly reeling in Trout for the lead.
See, maybe Jake might have that long run car. It just might, as everyone else pitting pit road, as the 40 almost got pushed out of pit road by K Taddy. That was really close. Hopefully they didn't get a speeding penalty there. Everybody came to pit road there.
Jake is flirting with that wall though.
Yeah,
I think his car is tight.
Yeah, if I was him, I'm coming in. I'm either coming down on the right front. If I'm at 40, I'm coming down 2 rounds to 38 to loosen it up some, or I'm coming a couple clicks down on the wedge to loosen it up some, because on the exit, his car's perfect on entry. On exit, it wants to get so close to the wall.
Might need to up his tire pressures a little bit too.
That too, right. And that even helps you out on your wear for longer in the run. So
it does. Definitely does. Yeah, now Jake has lost almost that little bit of gap. He gained back on Trout because it looked like his car is tight.
Yeah, every lap that he stays out there right now, which if he has a good enough car there where he only has to take 2 tires or just a splash, you know, it don't matter. But he's losing about a second a lap right now to the guys that short pitted. So
yeah, exactly.
But they had 15-second stops. If he decides to only
now exiting pit road, and Monster's off the wall. Monster's
we got a
around
big
on the front stretch.
Right in front of Jake.
Right in front of the 3 leaders.
Wow, they barely missed that. That would have been treacherous. As these guys that didn't get on pit road don't even know what's lying ahead of them.
At least Monster is smart. He's staying up against the wall for now.
He did.
Until he's getting his speed back up. Good job by Monster not getting in the way.
He's not, I believe this is third or fourth race he's raced with Giggity, and he knows how to, to stay out of the way. That's a really smart call. A lot of people would have forced that issue.
Wicked Gatekeeper is coming to pit road along with Wildcats. 24, RJ Smitty is around. trying to get into pit road. A lot of cars coming into pit road this time. That's rough on him.
42, yeah.
RJ Smitty was running third, and he spun it out trying to get to pit road. That's going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, I believe Wicked Gatekeeper's got a top 5 car.
Jake and Trout also on pit road.
The 95, yep. And Trout.
A lot of people in. Mills is in pit road. UK.
RKM's in 10th here, so I'm gonna see how his short pitting actually plays out when he actually
even though the 24 of RJ Smitty spun on pit road, looked like he did 2 tires or maybe just gas and go. Because even though he wrecked on pit road, he beat the 2 leaders off pit road.
Wow, this is gonna work out good for RKM.
But Jake is right on his bumper though. What happened to Trout though? Trout had a terrible pit stop. I don't even know what happened to Trout.
Yeah, our leader right now is actually RJ Smitty, and then Jake.
Can he hold off Jake charging on the outside? Nope, Jake just powered around him on the outside with those new tires.
RKM is in 3rd now. That was a great call.
What happened to Trout though on pit road?
I think he might have got a speeding penalty.
Could possibly been. He was on pit road for a while. Trout's way back there. Trout is now just crossing the start-finish line.
I love the call RKM made, especially because of the caution. He went from 8th to 3rd by short pitting, and now
I'm about to tell you the gap that Trout is behind. The leader is crossing the start-finish line now. Trout is now just entering turn 3.
Ooh. Yes, our Jake and Smitty are right now. They have probably a 6-second lead over 3rd, over 5th of Hey Bob. It's Jake Guru in 1st, RJ Smitty 2nd, RKM 3rd, Nanobread, NRG 4th, and Hey Bob in 5th. This is going to be interesting to see how this strategy works out.
Like I said, everyone's all spread out right now. There's battles here and there, but it's not much. It's like there's a car almost everywhere on the track right now.
Right. Like, we haven't talked about the defending champion, which is having a car has trouble right in front of him, but they saved it of RKM all night, and then now he places himself 3rd on doing the opposite pit strategy of everybody else. We'll see how
Gatekeeper right now is working on trying to get around Nuts with UK Wildcats right behind him.
I do believe the race is going to come down to the 24 and the 95 now, though, that the 18 made that mistake.
There still is one more pit stop to be made, and there could be a caution between then or now to bunch the field back up.
That is true, and then anything could happen. But that 95, he has been, he's, I think, led the most laps tonight, been the most dominant car all night.
Gatekeeper is looking under Nuts right now for position.
He's actually coming around.
Gatekeeper's in the grass. UK is making a pass on the outside.
And here comes another car that's passing RKM. Hey, Bob.
The 6 of No Pit
Nanobread
is also looking outside of Gatekeeper.
Yeah, them new tires, man, you make up a lot in the short term, short pitting, but in the long term, you almost lose it right back.
It looks like that gas and go right now is hurting RJ Smitty, because
I think so.
The 95 has checked out on him.
Right. He had a 2-second lead.
95 is now just entering turn 3.
Right.
And
RJ Smitty
is entering turn 3 right now. So it's about a whole entire turn difference in length. Probably about the front stretch in difference.
It's Jake's race to lose. I know he can't control the cautions and stuff like that, but it's his race to lose. Especially with the 18, if he, with the speeding penalty or whatever happened on pit road, unfortunate, because he had a great car tonight, Trout.
Yeah, Trout did. Trout's right now running by himself.
Wow. I know there's some guys that are praying for caution, and then there's guys that are praying for no caution.
I know one thing. Trout's one of the guys that want to see a caution to put him back in contention.
Yeah, I believe he has a car that come in it. Jake is just holding such a pretty line. have to go practice with him some. I think in my opinion, he has to be a wheel driver because I don't never even see a wiggle out of that thing, and I know that's really hard to do. I also know
some people that can hold it steady on a controller than most people can on a wheel.
No, that's true. I'm 38 years old, and I've been racing, on a controller for years, and I just prefer the wheel myself.
I've never driven a wheel. I've driven a wheel for an iRacing, one of my friends,
right?
But I've never actually tried a wheel on PlayStation. I've been looking into getting one.
Yeah, they're really, it's worth the investment, I would say. Like, especially if you ever try any other games like Project Cars or Formula One, you get so much enjoyment out of the wheel. For like the T150 for $149, it's a really good wheel.
Caddy looked like he's just having trouble. He's all over the track right then in the front stretch.
He's had a tough
grass.
Spanker's in 6th. Wildcat's still in 7th. I knew he had a top 10 car there.
Is working on passing the 8 of K. Larson.
RKM right back up there with these guys with fresh tires because they.
Oh, RJ Smitty is around, wrecked right in front of Nuts.
Yep.
And Wildcat was involved too. Wildcat through the grass. Nuts rears
in Wildcat. That was for position.
Mills right on the back bumper of Nuts now.
As RKM's actually, his fuel light was on, and he 7th place.
I'm pretty
sure
RJ Smitty is regretting that gas and go only stop right now.
Yes. That was the way to go in that 25%ers, and everybody thought, hey, let's try the same thing tonight, but it was just, I think, a little too many laps. I think Jake knew that at least getting 2 tires was the way to go, Your lefts didn't wear too bad here.
Well, I've seen Jake do probably a 2-tire stop once, and all the rest has been 4 tires. The 20 is around. Trying to get to pit road.
Really stretching.
Monster's pitting right behind him.
I believe RKM's going to get on this lap.
RKM is pitting this lap.
Yeah, UK, he's up to 5th. I knew he would be a good. I think he's our leading truck driver. He's number 1 in points.
Jake right now is just in a class of his own.
Yep, this happens week in and week out in the Xfinity series, and people thought maybe the rest of the series was just slow, and it's not the case. Jake is just really that fast. Hats off to Noco for drafting this guy because he is just really fast. He did his homework.
Yeah, there is no one behind him, no one in front of him. He can just run his race for a while till next pit cycles come around. He don't have to push the issue in nothing. Just run his lines, don't make any mistakes. And if this goes green all the way, I don't see anyone catching him. Unless we get a caution.
Brewer has a chance at being Giggity Racing League's first esports driver. I honestly think he's good enough to make the esports. He's just a smooth, fast driver. I haven't seen him on customs. Hopefully he runs just as good on customs as he does on default, because I do believe that he could make the esports. He's that good of a driver.
Yeah. The 40 just bounced off the wall. Now since cars are exiting pit road now, they're starting to get around Jake. Jake just should pull over if they're on fresh tires, just let him go so he don't mess up his rhythm.
Right. Everyone has to know that 95 is class to field right now. I'll be honest, I practiced with the 4 car.
Trout and Smitty is on pit road right now.
The 95's giving the signal. He is coming on pit road right now. He just gave the signal on the backstretch. So,
Trout's now leaving pit road. 24 of RJ Smitty is still on pit road. He must be getting him. The 95
got on perfectly. Yeah, I think he got a speeding penalty or either got...
Yeah, he is still sitting there. He had to get a speeding penalty.
It's either that or he may have got frustrated because that caution didn't come out and quit. Because he had
I'll check back with him later and see if he's still on pit road to let you know if he just disconnected and gave up.
I'm just watching the 95 stop just to see what he does here. If he takes 4, I think he takes 4.
There is no doubt he's taking 4. With that commanding lead he has, he shouldn't push it.
I hope this don't mess him up. Nanobread come on pit road and knocked his car all the way around sideways. It didn't mess him up. Okay, he took 4. It was a good stop too, around 14 seconds. he's going to have a commanding lead, I believe.
Yep, I think RJ Smitty has disconnected because he's still in pit road.
He made that late race mistake. Caution didn't come out. He's aggravated. You know, he knows he has a good enough car to win, and knows he couldn't recover
UK
from that.
Wildcat is now pitting now, along with the 88.
Yeah, UK was our leader actually until he just come in. So RKM back up to 9th, right behind Spanker and Ace.
Jake right now is just exiting turn 2.
Showing the 48
while
as the
Trout
still.
is just crossing the start-finish line. That's the big of a lead Jake has on Trout. Trout will need a caution if he wants to catch Jake and get back in this.
Most definitely. Right now, Wildcats is shown as the leader, but he's on pit road, so it will cycle back through to Jake. But hopefully maybe Trout has something for him. I'd hate to see, I don't want to say I hate to see Jake stink up the show, but he's that good of a driver, guys. He's Class A driver, not made one mistake tonight. So see how big of a lead he has. RKM up to 5th, Wicked Gatekeeper 4th. I like to see that a guy that got voted in all the way up in the top 5. I like to see that.
Bob is now looking under RKM. I don't know if that's for position or not.
No, yeah, that's for position. That's for 4th place. No Pit Pendle up to 7th. Spanker 3rd, Hey Bob 4th, RKM 5th, Wicked Gatekeeper, Nannerbread, and is 2nd. So that 37 car is the car chasing down our leader right now of Jake Guru, but it is a huge gap. I mean, I don't even see Nannerbread in the picture.
Yeah, Nannerbread right now is entering. Well, let me see. Wait till he exits the turn so I can tell you exactly what turn he's
Jake's going into 3 right now.
Nannerbread, so Jake's got a full straightaway lead on Nannerbread. Because he was just exiting turn 2 when you said he's entering 3. He's got a full backstretch lead.
And I think we're coming down to about 12 to go. RKM's in 5th, and it's a full half a lap that the 95's ahead of 5th. Which the 6 is getting around RKM right now. That's no Pit Pendle, I believe.
Jake is closing in up on the 20. Will the 20 fight Jake hard, or will he just let him go? Look like the 20 moved high and has let Jake go right on by.
Yeah, I think Jake has earned a lot of respect from a lot of these guys because he has lapped me before, and he didn't have to put the bumper to me to get around me. If I was holding the bottom and he had the faster car, he'd pass me high. He's just one of them class act guys. He's a really good racer. I haven't even seen him cause an accident, you know.
Yeah.
He's aggressive, but he knows how to hold it. You know, it's the kind of aggressive you want in a race. You know.
Yeah, Trout right now is just exiting turn 4. Trout needs a caution really bad if he wants back in this race.
UK's coming back. I believe right now he is a half a second behind RKM for 6, but I do believe he will, in fresh tires, he'll end up with a top 5 finishing spot because he's coming really fast and RKM's near. RKM, just let him go, buddy.
Trout looking to the outside of Nuts, entering turns 4, but now he's looking to the inside. He bumped. Made contact with Nuts in the 32.
Ooh, if UK wasn't so far back, man, I think he has a car that could contend right now, but it's literally a half a lap.
Yeah, Trout's having problems. We've seen his car is not good in traffic.
That's a lap car, Trey behind the 95, so that's not for position, the car you see behind Jake. I'm trying to find Nanobread on here just to see if he is closing any or not. But
I'm looking for him as well.
I would hate to. Well, he's got it.
Nanobread right now is just exiting turn 2.
Right. I still don't see.
Jake is exiting turn 4.
Right.
Jake crossed the finish line now. Nanobread's going to be crossing the finish line. Still waiting.
Right.
Still waiting. Now he's just crossed the finish line. Yeah, that's the commanding lead Jake has over second.
Wow. Yep, it's a little under a full straightaway. As he was going into the turn, I seen Nanobread coming out of the turn. So like I said,
you have a lap counter for us? How many laps to go?
Let's see, we're actually at 4 to go. RKM is struggling because his tires are really, I mean, he was on that short pit strategy in 7th. I'm watching his onboard.
Trying to find Jake. There's Jake.
Troutson actually 8th, but I believe he's on fresh tires coming for 7th.
Let's watch Jake for one whole lap, see how smooth he's running, go on board with him.
Yeah, go on his onboard. Yeah, I'll mute up for a second so you guys can see how he works that throttle when you run tires.
Ooh, Jake's loose and entering turn 3. He got really swirly. He managed to save it.
He got really tied off too and scrubbed off and hit the wall. I still think huge lead that it would take for him something major to happen.
Yeah,
right
yeah, he's got this locked up if he can keep his car under control. I wonder if that's
UK's up to 5th and charging.
See if he can control it. See if he accidentally just let out the throttle too soon and got loose. Yeah, it looked like his car is loose a little bit right now and tight exiting.
Yeah, he's in the
loose
wall
entering,
again.
Tight exiting.
I think this could be the white flag lap right here. Yeah, his car is totally, he took 2 tires or something on that last stop, or maybe he only took a splash because his...
Yeah, he is really loose in the middle
really
and in
bad.
entry.
Yes. But he has such a commanding lead, they can't catch him. Blakey T's up to 7th, Trout's up to 8th, RKM 9th.
Yeah,
Mills
I saw him
10th.
in that turns 3 and 4. He went to the outside, ran that outside line because he was so loose.
Jay Guru, I believe, just won the very first. Yes, Jake Guru's our winner, guys.
Yep, Jake won the race, the 95 car, Toyota Camry.
Bearded 1300. Everybody knows why we're doing the bearded one. Good luck to Zane. Awesome race tonight. It had some action in the middle of the pack, but I didn't see anything, too crazy out there. UK ended up with a top 5.
Once we get an update
second.
of your top 10,
Bob,
we would
third.
get your top 3 in here for a quick
No Pit
interview.
Pendle 4th, UK 5th, Spanker 6th, Blakey T 7th, Trout 8th, Mills 9th, and RKM 10th. So that's J Guru, Nanobread, and Hey Bob. No Pit Pendle, UK Wildcats is your top 5. Followed by Spanker, Blakey T, Trout, Mills, and RKM for 5th through 10th.
Can you send a suggestion to the top 3 to the party chat? We can get them in here for an interview.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and stop my broadcast so we can get this interview going here. Let's see. Let's see, Nanobread was second.
Jake Spurs, Nanobread second, Hey Bob third, No Pit Pendle fourth, Wildcats fifth, Spanker sixth, Blakey T seventh, Trout eighth, Mills ninth, and RKM rounds out your top 10.
Alright, I just suggested Hey Bob for you.
Yeah, unless you, or we could do top 5, up to you. Alright, just waiting on you to suggest them, then I get them in here.
see. Find old man bread in here. I know what I could also do. I'm sure Teddy has every one of these guys.
Yeah, get Taddy back in here. He can get him in here. Yeah. Is Taddy hiding offline? Alright.
Let me get no pit. I put K-Taddy in the suggested box as well.
Alrighty.
I agree, the 18 was probably the only one that had anything.
Yeah, but it seemed like the 18 had trouble getting on pit road. One thing cost him a speeding penalty and took him out. He needed a caution to catch back up.
Yep, that one mistake bit him. That's just one tiny little mistake getting on pit road a couple miles too fast, you know, you ruin your whole race. And tough to see for, you know, such a big an event like this. Which that's Wildcats right there, who
that's
just
Wildcat.
joined our fifth face planner. So,
yep, just plays.
Great run tonight, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know you normally drive in our truck series, and I believe you're our points leader. And how did your cup car handle out there? You know, it just seemed like you had a really good car all night, but just maybe a tick off of the 95. You know, just couldn't never catch him really.
Yeah, we had these they're just too tight for me.
First thing, Wildcat, you think you could turn your volume up a little bit? We can barely hear you. And is your thing on all allowed to be shared?
Yeah, I believe. Let me look.
Yeah, camouflage Jimmy Johnson paint job. And I've raced with you before. I know you're fast, and I was keeping an eye on you because I believe this will be your last year in trucks. You might go straight to Cup because you're that good of a driver. You might skip the Xfinity Series total, but I'm sure you're concentrated on the title for trucks this year. But getting a top 5 in the All-Star race with so many people in it, I'm sure you're like really excited right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't think I'm Cup ready, but I want to win the title for truck, and then next year we'll get extended.
How would you rate the competition out there tonight? Like, who was the main guy in your eyes that you couldn't keep up with, or you needed to change your adjustments to catch?
The 95 and the 18, they were really bad.
Yeah. That seemed like they had the 2 best cars out there. I'd take the 24 as well. He had a really good car, but something happened late with him too, it seemed like.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. No, you was right there. It just seemed like you just needed maybe a caution there at the end, just something so you get your nose in there, you know. You definitely had a fast enough car. It was just that clean air, track position starting up front. You like Jake had all night. It's hard to reel them guys in when from 4th, 5th.
Oh yeah, it was very hard.
Yeah. great job, man. Let's try to get Pendle in here. Let's see as well. I believe that was our 4th place finisher. For the team, when he did his draft, I didn't know not one of the names he spit out, but after the first race,
you know, but no complaints. I fought from 4 laps down, got on the lead lap, finished I think 15th, 14th, something like that. Hard fought battle, 200 laps, you know. Stage 2, I ended up 4 laps down. I didn't sweat it. I got 1 lap back under green. I did a few pit strategies to get out there. I even led a few laps tonight. I'm not really too upset, you know. My 34, Michael McDowell, Front Row Motorsports Ford, did great, even though I'm the JGR Toyota captain.
One
It's kind
thing,
of fun
Daddy,
running
you have your voice
that Ford.
back on a loud voice to be shared, because I know
Yeah,
you took
yeah,
that
I
off
got
earlier.
Yeah, I got it on always loud. There's some hostility between me and a few other people, but you know, it is what it is.
I put no pit Pendle, our 4th place finisher in the box. I just did not have our Nano Bread on my front end, so if he was
Energy, did he get in the top 3?
Yeah,
he's
he did.
second.
He's second.
Yeah.
I was a little fuming. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. I just suggested him if you could accept it, because
Alright, working on it. Yes, I'm still streaming it. He's running it off mine to the channel. Here, I'm going to make this a little bit easier so I don't have to keep going blue screen. Alright, I'm switching it to public. Yo, you can just lock the amount of players one of y'all can to make it easier. Just so I don't have to keep going blue screen.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. It was a heck of a race out there. There was plenty of action all night. It was not...
yeah, so, I mean, we had 26 cars take the green flag, and we had, what, 4 cautions, I think, in 200 laps?
Right.
Yeah.
To me, you're not going to find better race than what we just had.
I know one thing, I feel bad for RKM. He was upside down twice this race. He was barrel rolling down the back straightaway.
He still got a top 10 out of it, though.
He did.
That pit strategy he played at the end worked out.
I don't know why it's still telling me to suggest players even though I opened the party, but okay.
Split screen for
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I invited No Pit and Hey Bob.
On that note, I gotta get out of this chat. I got a few other things I gotta deal with, but they were suggested. They should be good to go.
Oh, we got Hey Bob in here.
There you go.
No, all right, okay.
How's it going, guys?
That's our 3rd place finisher. How's it going, man?
Hey Bob finished 3rd.
A heck of a run tonight, bro.
Yeah, it's just getting caught up in a lot of stuff in the back. My car was not the best at the beginning, but I built on it and capitalized off other people's mistakes just to get up there.
Yeah, to me it seemed like all the NOCO cars, you know, just was really, I don't know, had really great finishes. All the NOCO's teams, I guess y'all swept 1 through 5. Was y'all in the same lobby together or party together? Just kind of
we were
all
all in the same party. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, y'all had a great plan. Did you feel like if maybe you would have had a chance, you know, like a caution there at the end, you would have had anything for the 95?
Honestly, no. In my heart, yeah.
Right.
If I'm close enough, I was think I got a chance, but Jake was just darn fast, man. So.
Yeah. Well, hey,
do y'all have y'all voice on a loud voice to be shared before we get any further? I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
Yep. We good.
Yeah, I'll let
What
you
did you
ask him a
think you
few
can do
questions
differently
here.
to probably catch that 95 if you got a late race caution?
Without the
If you
late
had
race
a late race caution.
Oh, if I had the late race caution. Honestly, I have no idea what else I could have done. I was trying to save everything.
Maybe put the chrome horn to him. I don't know. He drove.
Nah, I can never do that to Jake.
Yeah, right. He's a class act guy.
Yeah, I've been racing with Jake a long, long time. So.
Yeah, if you can, invite Jake into the party so we can interview him too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great job, Bob, for third place. I know you're always fast when you're out there. Noko definitely did his homework when he drafted his team, and I know he's probably gonna be happy. I know he's probably not happy with the result he had. I don't know if he lagged out or that incident. He just got mad, but his team did a darn good job, and want to congratulate you on a third place finish, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. NRG, Nanobread, man.
Our runner-up.
Home second. Yes, sir, man.
Not really
deserved
second place, but I'll take it.
I feel like you have one of the fastest cars on the track. You think you would have had anything for the 95 if the late race caution would have come out?
No, the 95 and the 18 were by far the class of the field. Even we were taking notes from Trout there midway through the race as far as, pit road adjustments, and there was just nothing I don't know if it was something as far as how I was driving the track or what, but I couldn't do nothing with either of them. And without the whole drafting thing being working on this game, it makes it really hard to stay with anybody. If once you start getting in traffic or getting behind everybody, it was impossible. Track position was key. If you were out front, you had the advantage, and if you weren't, you had to find a way to try to make up spots, which I was quite impressed with how many cautions there wasn't tonight. It was actually, for that many people to be in a field, it was really good racing. I tell you what, it was fun. Some of it was a little frustrating at times, but overall, I had fun racing tonight. I haven't been racing in Giggity now for a couple weeks, but it was nice to come back and race with the boys over there on the NoCo squad. Always enjoy racing with them guys. Those guys are some of the best I've ever raced with. Like this guy here, he's pretty good, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. But no, him and Trout, Jake and Trout, they both had by far the fastest cars. There was a pit road incident, but either way, between Team NoCo, we knew who had the fastest cars out there, and second place, I'll take it, but I think I could have gotten the top 5 regardless, but to see Team NoCo take the top 5 and 5 of the top 7, I think 6 of the top 8.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, man.
I tell you what, that's just how it's been the whole year, man.
Right, just to get that many guys into the All-Star race, that means that 80 of your guys have won a race. And it's not easy to win a race around here.
And in my opinion, I think there's a few other guys that could have been in there. I think D. Smith, he
most definitely, yeah,
he would have been good in there. Overall, it was fun racing with everyone. It was fun to race with, like I said, the boys from Team NoCo. Those are my dudes, man. I know I haven't been racing and stuff, but I always enjoy racing with them when I can. So,
did you take any pit road strategies? Did you ever do gas and go? I saw a couple of people doing gas and go on those stages in the middle of pit stops.
Some of us had talked about it. Some of us thought, really in the 4th stage with not having any cautions and anything, you really couldn't. You just kind of had to run it out of gas and take 4 tires and enough fuel to get to the end. But there was times where people were talking about taking 2. I think a couple people on the team did take 2 tires in a few stages, but me personally, I was never in a position where I could afford to just take 2 tires and just try it. But
right. You wanted them 4 fresh rubbers.
Right. Yeah, as soon as you come back on the track, you could tell who took 2 and who didn't. So
exactly.
it was huge to have 4 tires.
Yeah.
Well, great job on the second place. I don't know if Guitar has any more questions here.
Nope, I'm all good.
Well, appreciate you guys, Roofer. Good talking to you again. It's been a while, bud.
Yes, sir, man. Always like hearing your broadcast, and always whenever I'm broadcasting, whenever it means you get into the booth, that means you had a dang good race, and I'm proud of you, man. Second place is a dang good job.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Jake, good job, bud.
Thanks, man. Good race.
All right, boys.
Yes, sir. This is our big winner tonight. Led probably, I would say, 85 to 90% of the race. I don't know, Trout did lead some, but it looked like you had the car all night to beat. Man, are you going to pass Tech whenever they... No, I'm just
I hope so. I mean, Team Noco, we trim the cars down to the thousandths of an inch, so we get everything we can.
I had a question just from watching. Do you race a wheel or a controller? Because you're smooth. If you're on controller, you're the smoothest guy I've ever seen on controller.
I am on controller, always.
Wow. Dude, that's
really impressive.
It's not easy.
Yes.
I am holding left coming out of the corners. I'm only doing it like a little bit to try to steer the car straight. So yeah, controller is the way to go for me.
Right. No, well, dude, you can't tell. It looks like you're on a wheel because you don't never bob or weave. It's always just like one fluid motion. So you had me fooled. I was convinced you was on a wheel, but either way, man, what did you think? I know you wanted it to stay green. Did you think Trout, if there was a yellow flag there at the end, had anything for you? Or do you think you were getting such good restarts, being on the bottom, you had them covered?
I think he would have had something. He definitely had a fast car. It seemed like for the first 5 laps I could maintain my spot, but he would catch me, maybe pass me, and then he would pull away a little bit. But I think in the later stage of the runs, I had like an extra 10th over him. But I mean, we were both just so equal. It was just so hard to keep your momentum up. So if there was another restart, depending on where he lined up, if he was in the first 2 or 3 rows, yeah, I believe he would have had a great shot.
I've also noticed this with Trout. He had problems in traffic. His car seemed like it wouldn't handle at all in traffic. Unlike you were able to fight through traffic a lot better than he was.
Yeah, the car was good. I was no complaints. I ran a higher slider than I normally run, and I practiced for a little while before the race, and then just got it dialed in. And when I put my setup in after that first caution, it was no changes after that. I don't think I made any changes after stage 1. Honestly, and then it was just getting back on the gas at the right time, lifting at the right time, and seeing what the car ahead of you is going to do, and just trying to predict where they're going to go, and then you go obviously the opposite way. So
we also saw with 3 to go, you were getting loose entering the corners.
Yeah, actually it was more like lag. It's like the game stopped, like it was like a frame drop. And it's like the game stopped registering me turning or something. Because I was in the corner turning perfectly fine.
And your car would start shaking. I seen your car start shaking.
It looked weird. It was just a little lag, I think, because I wasn't loose. Not to the point where I would have been doing movements like that. It's just the game kind of spiked, and then it's like my car went straight because of that. So,
right.
It's a good thing I had a lot of gap between me and second place. I don't know. I think it was.
You had a good straightaway.
Yeah, you had a straightaway length, and from you and Trout, you had a half a track on Trout.
I pushed him coming into the pit, so that's why he got the speeding penalty. It was because of me, and I feel really bad. And in a way, I was kind of hoping a caution would come out and he would get another shot at it, but it never did. So we, or at least I, ran out of fuel coming to pit road, so I was sputtering, trying to brake a little later than I would, knowing that I was slower.
Right.
And I just barely touched him too, and he just, I felt so bad.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's all it takes, because we're going in pit road as max as you can go, right? So
every millisecond counts, right?
You're right.
I've done it, the same thing, and I thought that I would get the speeding penalty because they was already halfway across the line, and it is terrible to do that to somebody.
It wasn't hard getting on pit road. It was pretty easy as long as you just hit the brakes, shift it down, get it under control, and you can coast in real nicely.
Right. but you can't never tell how hard the guy in front of you is going to hit the brakes. So even just barely a little tap sometimes will put them just enough over it where it gives them a speeding penalty.
You're right. You're right. He even told me don't hit me coming into pit road 2, and I hit him that same pit stop. So it hurt me. It hurt me in the heart there, but it hurt his pride a lot more, I bet. But he had a fast car. It was fun to race with everybody.
Y'all was the class of the field.
Y'all were the class of the field. Did you ever try gas and go? Because it looked like Trout tried gas and go on one stop. Because I was watching him on pit road. He had a way quicker stop than you did when y'all pitted together. Looked like he took gas only.
I did not take. Every time I was under green flag stops, I always took 4. There was a couple cautions before the end of the stage 2, I think it was. I did try 2 tires actually a couple times, and it worked. The car handled good. I was about a tenth or 2 slower, but it did work. So under green flag stops, I'm not sure if he took gas and go. He did come out pretty far. If I recall, he had a 14.2 pit stop, wherein I had a 15.7, and just that few tenths of a second off, it showed on the track for sure.
Yeah. You got any other questions to ask?
Well, no, I was just saying, man, I was hoping that if one of the Xfinity guys won, that was one of my hopes, or one of the guys that got fan vote. Jackson Strong, something happened. I don't know what happened, but I'm really proud of you, Jake. You're one of the best drivers that I've seen out here.
Thank you.
Like I said earlier, I do honestly think that you might be the first guy from Giggity, to get drafted out of this league. I think you got a shot at being one of the next esports drivers in season 2. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate it,
man.
Yeah, Xfinity drivers. We showed everyone else today, that's for sure. But yeah, I ran into a couple people on accident. Just it's all-star race. It's more give than take, and I surely showed my aggressiveness today. And if they don't like it, well, I apologize. I'll try to race a little cleaner next time. And
it's
it
the
was a good race
all-star
for
race.
how many people? Yeah, it's the all-star race. You gotta be able to.
I gave everybody
hard.
advice today, and they said, after running the practice, the 3 races to get in, I said, there's one advice that I can give you: do not give an inch. Be as aggressive as you can, because if you give an inch, they'll take a mile. With no draft being on, you have got to be as aggressive as you can the whole race to win one of these things, because that's how competitive it is.
Yeah, with the draft not on, it was
right.
I liked it. I hate to say it, but I really did.
It's awesome when you got a car, then you can walk away from everybody.
I mean, it's all drive.
Yeah.
It was all the person behind the wheel, steering the car, setting the car up. It was literally who could get through the corners faster and cleaner. It was a blast. I mean,
yeah, I totally agree.
It was fun. I enjoyed the no draft. I'm sure.
I hope they do the esports
that
way, man. I'm sure you're right, but I wish they would do certain tracks and factor that in, because it would actually show which guys that are fast, or the guys that are hanging on guys' coattails, and that's how they're fast,
Right. It was a good race for how many people there was, and I'm surprised that there wasn't as many cautions as I thought. 25, 26 drivers. It was the best of the best tonight, and there were a few that were unable to hold the line and cause other people to wreck and whatnot, which is unfortunate. But that's just racing. Everyone raced hard. I could tell out there. It was a lot harder than it was in a normal day-to-day league race. So we'll go. We'll come back for Wednesday's Cup race and Thursday's Xfinity race, and we'll get our cars back to where they are, a little dialed in more for the longer run. And it was a great race. I was happy to be a part of it.
Always glad to watch you race, man. Y'all put on a great show. Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it back. As soon as I'm done with you guys here, I'm just going to wait for you guys to close the stream, and I'm going to start watching it back. So
yeah, we're
probably
fixing to shut her down, man. But congratulations winning the Bearded One Giggity All-Star Race 300, man. It was, and like I said, not just winning it, he dominated the thing.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I was driving my heart out, so yeah, it definitely was not easy.
Yeah, it was a fun race to watch.
Yeah, I had a blast here in the booth, man. Just because it's such great racing, you know.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I can't wait to come back again and do this. This was a lot of fun, and who knows what the next batch is going to be like, right? So
that's right.
I get wins as much as I can now, I guess.
Hopefully next season I can race my way in there, and I'll be racing against you in the All-Star race.
Yeah.
Same here, right? I've noticed every season. I've been here since season 1. Every season it gets tougher and tougher, but we are happy to find drivers like you because that's what we want, man. Guys that come in here that are not only fast, but they don't have to move people and all that. You know, they show it. I've seen you pass guys several times tonight on the high side, not by digging your bumper underneath the yellow line and pushing them out of the way. You did it on the high side, you know, and that's
there was a couple
that's
times
tough to do.
I think I passed Buck on the high side on the one restart, and I don't know. I think I just pinned him the perfect amount, and it just worked. I was smiling right there.
Your car seemed like it was good on the bottom or the top. It was just like
it seemed like you can put it anywhere you wanted it.
Right.
I could, but I felt like the bottom was where I was more comfortable. On the top, yeah, I could run it. I don't know. It was a good race. I'd have to go back and watch my own stream just to see what I lacked, because I felt like I could have done something different to be more faster than Trout, but never got the chance after that mess up that I did to him. So, once again, I'm just happy to be part of this league. Thank you guys for having me part of the teams and just driving with a lot of good drivers out there. So, thank you.
Yes, sir. We're proud to have you here, man. Been a great driver all year. Well, Guitar, man, I'll let you shut this thing down, man. It's been a great race to watch tonight.
It has been.
I'm glad that I got up here in the booth tonight and was able to check this out. 'Cause I like watching great racing just as much as I like being out there racing. So sometimes it's fun up here in the booth, So.
Yep.
But man, everybody, I believe tomorrow night's gonna be our truck race. You guys tune in, I believe, around 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yep, and I'm going to be racing. I'm going to be in the truck race at the door. I need to go do some practicing before that.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
y'all watch out for guitars fast.
For having me. I'm going to get out of here.
Appreciate it, Jake. You have a great night, man, and I'll see you Wednesday night out there, and I'll try to stick with you as best as I can, buddy.
All right, 10-4. You guys have a good night.
All right, man.
Anything else you want to add before we close it down?
Oh, no, that'll be it, man. I just want to thank all our fans. I want to thank how good of a group of admins we got for putting them together. Taddy, Matt Godet, just all the core guys and all the new guys that have been a new big key to this. This is really exciting, the direction we're headed in. And great job, Guitar. I've never been in the booth with you before, man. But
yep, my first time here, and I would like to come back too. It was fun up here watching the race, broadcasting it.
I loved it. You did a great job, man.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.